Right, it's time for business, and Sandra Fenu has joined me. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Israel. You're looking good.
Thank you. All right, so before we go on, we actually have a beautiful shot of the Terminal 3 building. This is actually the departure.
Have you been there?
Well, yeah, I've been through a number of times.
It's really beautiful.
And this is the story we're talking about. The minority all day has been making claims that government intends to sell the airport, or probably sell, well, they say sell the airport. But we've been speaking with the minister, and the minister is actually also saying that no, they don't. This is not true. Well, even though he doesn't quite rule out the fact that government may have some plans bordering on privatization of aspects of the airport.
Especially to just make more revenue for the airport as well. So he has actually been speaking to my colleague Sheila Tameflo, and this was captured in a report. Let's watch this and we'll come back for more.
Responding to a leaked cabinet memo story circulating in the media suggesting the Ministry of Aviation had intentions to cede the management of Kotoka International Airport to a private company, TAV Airport Holding Company Limited, Minister for Aviation Kofi Adda said he had no knowledge of any such information.
First of all, I haven't seen anything credible on that. I'd like to get something credible from whoever is putting this out, for them to explain to me what they mean by privatization or selling and so on and so forth. I've been a consultant for the most part of my life, professional life in Ghana. When you talk about privatization, it takes all kinds of connotations. I don't know where it's come from. I don't know who's put this out there. I've even heard that it's been said somewhere that they're selling Ghana Airport. I don't know who you're going to sell it to, who's going to buy it, for how much. I'm surprised at this. If some people undertake some cheap political shots, or what doesn't exist, that's for them to answer.
Managing Director of the Airport Company Limited, Yao Kwakwa, also confirmed no such arrangement of privatization was underway.
I was the #1 at the Ghana Airports Company. I believe you all understand that if something of that nature were taking place or is being discussed or have been tabled, I'll probably be the first person to know. But I can tell the whole of Ghana and the entire world that I've not seen any document to that effect. And as such, I can only refer to the rumor going around. I've seen a one-pager that talks about, I think, a memo written to cabinet. I've not seen any document. The only thing that I've seen is what I believe you've also seen that is going around.
The Minister of Aviation, however, says his outfit is open for discussions on how to improve the airport's company's assets after failing to pay dividends for the past 5 years. For Joy Business, Sheila Tameflo.
All right, we still stay on that easy, and then we're going to bring you another soundbite where he actually explained
the minister
further.
In this case.
Yeah, the minister explained further as to plans to generate more revenue for the Ghana Airports Company and Kotoka as well.
Very clear that he's here to protect the public purse. The public purse is not just about the money, about the treasury, but even about the assets. So if there's any assets that the state owns that we have to protect, it's not about just protecting and keeping the way it is and keeping there for it to remain that way for a long time. That in effect will mean that the value is going down. It will be our duty for us to enhance the value of that asset. So any kinds of arrangements, any kinds of business plans, any kinds of discussions, any kinds of negotiations, any kinds of partnerships, whoever brings them, whether it's you, the journalist, or any business person who proposes this is the way that we can help you to improve on the assets that you have, to add values on that, we'll be more than happy to engage you. Many have come around. I have not had any serious discussion with any party on that matter. But at this stage, nobody has formally come to me talking about what we need to do to privatize. And I don't know where the word privatization comes from. I don't know where the word sales come from. I'm yet to see the documentation, to read, understand, and know what they're talking about. So I think the question should go more to those who are putting this out.
All right,
so this is interesting.
The doors are open.
Yes. This is quite interesting because he talks about the fact that any asset that we have that we intend to enhance the value, we could enhance the value as in make more their business plans, any business plans, negotiations.
And especially when you mentioned that they've not been able to pay dividends for the past 5 years, they're not making not much revenue. Yeah. And if you're aware, if you know, Terminal 1, which used to be the domestic terminal, that's where we used to take the domestic aircraft, has been given to McDan as we speak now for private jet management. So they do private jet operations there. Right. And that's like a private sort of operation to generate more revenue for the company. So
long and short, government, it looks like government is open to ideas. Yes. Open to negotiations.
But not sales of the Kotoka International Airport. That's
well, let's see how it goes. All right, you take it up.
All right, thank you. So we move to other stories. And Gold Coast Fund Management has responded to the Securities and Exchange Commission's directive asking the public not to receive new funds from the public. In a statement, the statement confirmed said they have commended the regulator for taking measures to respond to investor confidence in the capital market. Here are excerpts of the statement. Meanwhile, speaking to my colleague Darrell Kwao on Business Live, General Manager in charge of Investor Relations at Gold Coast, Benjamin Kofi Afre, says their statement is in no way a commendation of the Securities and Exchange Commission. He added that Gold Coast will be presenting a cardinal fund that will give customers liquidity and also capital appreciation.
What we are saying is that these are investments that are already there. Remember, the regulator has said you can no longer offer guaranteed returns to customers anymore. However, even though that is the situation, there are also other products that by their nature offer what you call a fixed return, or I wouldn't say guarantee, but a fixed return. So if you take a bond, a typical bond, for example, you would probably say 21% per annum, right? That is the typical nature of a bond. So we are saying that if it is a bond that you're offering, then of course that cannot be in violation of anything, because it is a regular feature of an instrument like that. I hope that is clear enough. So if we say that we are not breaching any regulation, the point we are making is that if we are to come up with a bond, or should our proposal to the regulator to raise a bond be approved, the features are such that it will give customers some agreed results. However, it will not be in breach of anything by the regulator, because that is the feature of a bond, or that is the natural feature of a bond.
And that is
clear enough.
Yes, and that is that means you're waiting the approval of SEC for that to take effect, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's a wrap on our business with me, Sandra Esenam Apen. I'll be back after.